back to Food Prep Guide. Today I'm really excited because we are going to be making homemade yogurt without a yogurt maker, without our oven. We are going to be using a thermal cooker, which is basically just a glorified thermos, and it's going to come together super easy. Let's get started.
By the way, if you would like help building your food storage, scroll down to the description box of this video and click this link for our free 1-year food storage plan. We calculated a year's supply of food for one person, then broke that data down into a week-by-week list of items to build your pantry on a budget. We'll send it straight to your inbox. If you're new here, we invite you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss all of our upcoming food preservation, pantry storage, and gardening tutorials. Now back to the kitchen.
Okay, y'all, I am multitasking today, so please forgive that loud mouth pressure canner over there that's spewing and being loud right now. But for this yogurt, I'm going to be making 3/4 of a gallon of milk. So the first thing we need to do is bring that milk to a boil. So I've already got my pot over here. I am multitasking today, so this pot has already come to a boil with some stew earlier. I washed that out and got it nice and clean, so this is not going to take long at all for this to come to a boil. But I'm just going to be eyeballing about 3/4 of a gallon of whole milk. Okay, I'm going to call that about 3/4. Maybe a tad bit more. Okay, 3/4. 3/4 of whole milk, and we are just going to bring that up to a boil. So I'm going to set the lid on real quick. Make sure that is on high heat, and we will be back when it's boiling. Okay, the milk is boiling, so we are going to turn it off the heat and move the milk off of the heat. And this next step is the most important part of yogurt making, and that is waiting until it is the exact right temperature before we put it into our thermos. So we are going to need a thermometer for this. This is my bread thermometer. It's actually considered a meat thermometer, but I use it to check my bread yogurt too, and anything that I'm using in the thermal cooker. But we need a temperature of around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we have a little bit of wiggle room, so we don't want to go below 73 degrees, and we don't want it to be above 77 degrees. So it's going to stay in this pot off the heat. Actually, you know what? It is still a tiny bit on the heat. I'm going to move this over here. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to take the lid off too. And this is going to sit and come down to, like I said, around 75 degrees. So that means every few minutes, I'm going to need to come in here and stick my little needle in here and take the measurement and see where we're at. Out of curiosity, I'd like to see where we're at right now so I can try to maybe guesstimate about how long it'll take before I need to start checking. Okay, 210, so we've got a while. So I'm going to be checking the temperature at probably every 3 minutes or so and wait until we get to that 75 degree mark, or 76, 77, something like that, before we put it into our thermos. So we will be back when that temperature reads correctly. I changed my mind, y'all. I want to go ahead and transfer it to my thermos now. Number one, it's going to cool off faster. Number two, I'm really concerned that that milk is going to scorch on the bottom of that stainless steel pot. So I'm going to go ahead, yep, it's already scorched, look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this into my thermos now, but we're not going to close the lid or do anything like that until we have achieved our temperature. So again, we'll be back. Okay, y'all, we are just about at that time. I've got my thermometer here, 79, it switched up to 81. I measured it a minute ago, it was 77, so we're kind of in that range. I'm going to go ahead and call it. So at this point, we need to add our cultures to make the milk go to yogurt. So there are two options here. You can purchase live active cultures specifically for yogurt. You can order them online. It's like a dry powdery type substance, or you can just go to the grocery store and get you a container of yogurt that has live active cultures on the ingredients list. You would think all yogurt does, but it doesn't. So look at the ingredients list and make sure that you have active yogurt cultures. This one says L. acetophilus, which is just one of them. If you can get one that has multiple different strains, that is ideal. I was limited to just this one. So what I'm going to be doing is 2 tablespoons of yogurt per this 3/4 of a gallon of milk. There are charts online that kind of give you an idea of how much yogurt to put into milk based on your volume of milk. But that's just a good rule of thumb. 3/4 of a gallon, I'm doing 2 tablespoons. If I had a full gallon of milk, I would be doing 2 really heaping tablespoons, or 2.5 true tablespoons. So I've got that in there, so I'm just gonna whisk this around until those clumps of yogurt are nice and broken up. Okay, drop this in the sink real quick. Okay, now we're going to get our lid on and lock it down real good. And that's it, y'all. Now all we need is time. So I'm just going to set this out of the way. So I'm not going to touch that for anywhere from 9 to 12 hours. I would typically be doing this overnight. I thought I would be smart and start really early this morning, and the day just got away from me. The yogurt took way longer than I thought it would to come down, probably because I put it in the thermos. Hello, an insulator. Probably should have put it in a separate bowl to cool down, but it's almost 3:15 right now. So if I go 12 hours, that's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm not going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and deal with this yogurt. So this yogurt will probably end up going, probably 15 or 16 hours. But the thing is, you want it to go long enough to transform into yogurt, but you don't want it to go so far that it stays on your counter too long and sours tremendously. So once you are in that time frame of somewhere between 7 to 8 hours to 12 hours, I'm going to be pushing it to like 14 or 15 hours. We'll see together the results. But basically, once you're in that time frame, you want to open it, get a spoon, and check the consistency of it. If you like your yogurt really thick, go longer. If you like your yogurt really thin, go ahead and move it to that 7 to 8 hour mark and go ahead and transfer it to the fridge. That's the next step, is just checking for consistency to the point that you like it. And once it's there, move it to the fridge. And you want it to sit in the fridge for about 12 hours or just overnight to get nice and chilled, and that's just going to give you the best flavor. So we will see you probably tomorrow morning, and we will check the consistency together. Hopefully it's not too sour, and we'll put it in the fridge then. We'll see you then. Okay, y'all, it is the next day, and I woke up at 6:30 this morning, and I took this from the counter and put it straight in my fridge. I didn't even open it and check it. Normally you do want to check it before you put it in the fridge, but I'm confident that it's nice and thick, and I was still just really groggy this morning and just wasn't thinking it through. So I just put it straight into the refrigerator, and it's been in the refrigerator for about 5 hours. So let's see how thick it is. Oh, nice. Okay, you can see the consistency here. I'll slide it off the spoon. Very nice results. I'm going to mix it good, see if it's nice and thick all the way through. Let me give you an overview. Here we go. Very nice. It's not super thick, but that is a pleasant consistency of yogurt in my book, with no machine, no dehydrator, no oven, just our little off-grid slow cooker, as I call it, but it's called a thermal cooker. Okay, y'all, that's it for today. I hope y'all enjoy. If you are interested in a granola recipe to go with your yogurt, I will plop that on the screen right over here. It is delicious. It's seasoned with pumpkin pie spice. So I hope y'all enjoy that, and we will see you next time. Bye.